Hello, beloved. Welcome on in. How are you? Hope you're doing well out there and that all is well with you. So, today we've got another pick a card reading, but this time it's going to be messages from your future self. What is it that your future self wants you to know, or what kind of introspection your future self wants you to embark on? And what questions they have for you. So we've got 3 different piles for you to pick from today, which you'll do with your intuition. And we hope that this message will be supportive for you, will help you in some way. If it does, feel free to give the video a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, we invite you to meditate with us. So take it upon yourself to check out our Goal Soul Affirmations podcast, which you can also find on Insight Timer. Our community over there is just so sweet, kind, and really committed to the inner work and your healing journey that we are on together. So check out our meditations over there, as well as the first journal prompt episode, which you can find here on YouTube as well. But Insight Timer actually gets all of our podcast episodes, affirmations, meditations, all guided, by the way, early and ad-free. So think about joining us over there. The link will be in the description. All right, so let's just take some time now to center ourselves, calm our minds, anchor into our body. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath in and exhale, letting go of fears or concerns, any doubts. And let's just open ourselves up to receive the messages from our future self. And I'll give you some time here to reflect on the cards and pick the one that you feel the most called to. Now, if one doesn't really pull at you and you're drawn to all 3, you can feel free to listen to this video for all 3 messages as well. Hello, group number 1. Welcome on in. How are you doing out there? Hopefully, all is well with you. So, for your question, what your future self wants to ask you, they want to know what activity helps you get out of your head and into your body. So, it sounds like some guidance they want to give you is to anchor down into your body, into your senses, to connect and reconnect with your nature, your being, with your own presence, and with stillness, to find calm in that, in your own self, in your body. And for your card, what they would like to tell you, you got purity, and it says, your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create what you experience as reality. Whenever you experience pain, a piece of purity is taken from you, and you limit your beliefs to never feel the pain again. Emotions are not meant to be long-lasting. They blow over soon enough, like clouds in an otherwise clear sky. To suppress them is not beneficial. Why should you? Once an emotion is there, just let it be there. in its raw purity. Do not wait for the storm to pass. Learn how to dance in the rain. This card wants to remind you of the fact that you have an inner core that is always serene, untouched by the turbulence of life. You were born as pure love. Fear only entered later in life. It is such a shame when wounds from the past are holding you back. Let them teach you, never limit you. To create the life you want, it is important to keep your thoughts pure and clean. Make sure that you do not use your imagination to create anything that you do not really want to manifest. Keep believing in the limitlessness of life. From a place of purity, everything is possible. Okay, so that may be why the question was, what activity helps you get out of your head and into your body? Whatever is going on for you, group number one. Your future self wants you to find that getaway time, that time to connect with yourself, your nature, your emotions, and to really hone in on letting yourself feel things and process things and take your time with it, not rushing through it or trying to avoid it or turn things into more of a catastrophe, like catastrophizing or spiraling out of control because maybe you've spent so long avoiding confronting those emotions or whatever it is that's on your mind. And the best way it sounds like your future self wants you to handle these situations is to actually sit in that feeling, in those emotions, and maybe even the uncomfortableness of sitting in those feelings and emotions, because there may be a lot going on for you in the future that's pulling you in so many different directions, or maybe you're just feeling overwhelmed with what's going on and you have to find that time to really remind yourself of your pure nature, that you are a human being, feeling, thinking, existing, emoting, and not to lose sight of that. Okay, so thank you for being here, listening in to what your future self has to say, beloved. That is going to close us out of your reading. Feel free to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel if you found it to be helpful. And don't forget to join our Insight Timer community if you'd like to take a further step, another deep dive into the healing and inner work that we're doing over there with guided meditations, affirmations, and journaling prompts. All right. Hello, group number two. Welcome on in. Hope all is well with you. So, for your messages from your future self, the question that they want to ask you is, what character from a book do you wish you were more like? Why? And that is an interesting question, especially because with this group, with surrender coming up and just the nature of this question, getting a lot of Piscean energy of either there may be a need or desire, or even maybe an attachment, maybe an imbalance with escapism, as well as overthinking, or maybe even losing sight of one's imagination. Like there may be in the future, your future self is privy to how maybe life has just drained you of your imagination, your ability to be creative, or maybe you are experiencing, or maybe feeling creatively blocked is something that has come up for you. And so your future self wants you to kind of just wants you to surrender to the artist in you, to the artist that is the universe, and help and get you to connect with the co-creator inside, the co-creator that you are. So let's go ahead and read the message from your card, Surrender, what your future self wants you to know, wants you to hear, wants to say loud and proud. Group number 2. And they say, you are resisting something or someone. This card asks you to fully let go of control and start accepting instead. Life can be heavy and complicated. By surrendering yourself fully to grief, despair, or whichever intermediate feeling you might have, you create space for change. Though surrender, through surrender, you can only you are no longer a victim of your feelings. Identification with negative emotions. Stop. Do not hold on to them out of habit. Releasing and surrendering is liberating. You are greater than your feelings. You are limitless consciousness. Emotions are ephemeral. They are simply to warn you or to teach you a lesson. Let them work for you, not against you. Take deep breaths and allow all feelings to be without trying to hide them or fade them or fix them. You control your own life. Every situation gives you the power to decide whether you will meet it with love or with fear. Experience life with sadness or with joy. When you apply this practice, you will experience a deep inner peace and unconditional love, exactly what you are. I'm also getting as well, group number 2, that you may be experiencing a Saturn return, especially with the Piscean themes going on here and the latter portion of your card message speaking on possibly emotions teaching you a lesson. That sounds a lot like Saturn in Pisces. And so there may be a call for you to stop fearing your emotions, stop fearing, especially the creativity that comes out of that and how you are able to express that. If we fear them, we will never confront them, right? So hopefully this message has been helpful to you in some way from your future self. They only want the best for you, group 2. But if this message has been helpful or served you in some way, feel free to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and think about joining our Insight Timer community. We would love to have you over there working with us, doing the inner healing work, especially through our guided meditations, affirmations, and journaling prompts. Okay, so with that, thank you so much, group number 2. Hello, group number 3. How are you? Hope all is well with you. So, for what your future self wants to say, ask you, your question is, how do you feel about the modern reality of influence and fame? Okay, so there could be kind of like this either a newfound purpose going on in your life, group number 3, and you may have to face or confront, or at least your future self is wanting you to confront, whether or not you are charging forward or going after this newfound purpose. Is it for yourself? Is it for the fulfillment of it all, per se? Or is it maybe born out of ego? Could it be for other motives and intentions, which is fine. It's okay. Not to say that those motives or intentions are wrong or bad. We're not here to judge it. It's more of a question of really looking at, why are you going forth on this path, this new path, or whatever journey, whatever purpose it is that you are finding and seeking, to really connect with that. Because when you do, then it becomes easier to understand, easier to stay committed, easier for you to make the small steps, especially towards the goals. It's almost like there's an intention setting going on here, or goal setting that you may be embarking on with whatever is coming up for you. And your future self wants you to really connect with the why behind what it is you're doing. and how you feel about that, especially if you were to get all of whatever it is that you're charging forward on, that you're seeking and going after. Do you think it would be everything that you thought it would be? How would it feel for you to acquire that? And then once you are in that feeling and you're thinking about it, does it make you feel comfortable? Or would you be comfortable with it, whatever the outcome may be? So let's go ahead and take a look at the message that comes with your card and what your future self wants you to know. They say, integrating new things in your life can be tricky. It takes at least 40 days to get rid of a bad habit or incorporate a new pattern. Right now, is there something in your life that you want to change, remove, or introduce to your daily routine? Do you want to meditate, ease on your planning, move away from your computer? Every integration calls for practice. Practice comes from trial. Just do it. This card asks you to really put your money where your mouth is. Focus is essential here. Multitasking often gets highly overrated. Do not spread yourself too thin. You are better off handling one thing well than several things in halves. If your heart tells you you have practiced enough, then you can test it. You do so by no longer putting any effort into it. As new things flow smoothly and effortlessly in your life, it means you have mastered them. This is what integration is all about. All right. So, group number three, as your message was coming through there, I also picked up on kind of this, you don't have to do it because everybody else says that you need to do it. Especially, for example, if you are, say, what your card was mentioning, trying to embark on a new journey of meditation. Well, does that really work for you? Or is it because that's the popular mainstream thing to do? There are different forms of meditation. It doesn't have to be you just sitting down on a cozy, cushy meditation poof and block. Meditation comes in so many different forms. So it's really more about finding what works for you specifically and then moving forward with that, setting the intention to follow through with it, however often, however consistently you want to do that. Okay, so hopefully that message has been helpful to you in some way. Also, don't feel bad, group number three, if you start restricting or setting boundaries and slowing down in life. That's coming through for you as well. So take the message. We hope that it's been helpful to you in some way. If it has, feel free to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and think about joining our Insight Timer community. We'd love to see you over there, especially as we are doing the inner healing work through our guided meditations, affirmations, and journaling prompts. Okay? All right. So thank you for being here, group number three.